Just wait for that moment for it to wake up. It is awake. There we go. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and welcome back to the DKY9 channel, where today is Monday, which means it is the turn of the Monday Bears, as we close out our weekend of D&D here on Twitch. We are a man down today, as we don't have Live with us. They are not feeling very well, so we do wish them all the best and hope they're feeling better very soon. But I have got the other gaggle of reprobates plus Gem.
Hello.
So Gem is here.
I just
Harry,
realised I got separated from everyone there.
yes,
That was nice.
yes. Harry, you're here again. You're back with us now.
Yes.
You were away last week as you had silly shifts to try and manage.
And a very pretty woman in my bed, yes.
Cool. Does Vicky know?
It was
Is
Vicky,
that
you
why
cad.
you didn't?
What do you
Is
believe?
that why you didn't reply yesterday when I said, "How's the relationship?" and you completely blanked it?
On what platform was I sent this message?
The one you've started stalking me on.
Oh,
Instagram.
I have no notifications for that.
Oh
that-
shit! Is that the
it
time
doesn't
already?
even pop up.
Moving on. We've got Big Mike,
Hello.
and we've got Nye, who's ably played by Keyblade. So yes, we're all here, and in terms of game wise, the party have spent they're spending a week in the city of Neverwinter, doing some downtime, hey babe, in the chat.
Hi.
Hi. So they're spending a week in downtime, for a week in Neverwinter for some downtime, which basically was an opportunity for them to. They've been in the field together in terms of having done an assessment run with the guild they're looking to join, which is an opportunity for them to see how get used to their characters and see how their abilities work. This week of downtime was an opportunity for them to actually get to know each other better as characters and also as players as well, because we haven't had a huge amount of time to get to know each other on this because we've got some people who are new to this. But yeah, so they've been enjoying some downtime.
Yes, I really enjoyed being dead. That
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, there's been some ups and downs so far, but they've managed to all just about survive through to their Friday evening, which is where we'll be rejoining. Because Live isn't here, Ion Kellyan is going to be spending the evening just having a nice relaxing drink with Cecilia. I've decided what is going to be occurring there.
I do apologize about that ping noise from my phone.
I need to change one thing. I've just realised we're on the wrong banner. I need to change onto the bear banner, which is that one there. Oh, there we go. Sorted.
Yay!
So I'm sorry about that one, guys.
What's worse is I was actually looking at the stream and I didn't notice.
It's fine. I just noticed now. I was like, hey, that's not right.
That's better.
Yeah, but yeah, we're all here now. But yeah, so they're on to their Friday evening, and the Sunday late afternoon, evening is when they're going to be returning back to the guild in order to take a couple of days there to prepare before they actually head off to do the examination test that they need to do in order to actually properly be initiated into the Silver Talons Adventuring Guild.
I wish there was going to be a test.
Well, you know, it's the dungeon. You're going in to do another lap of a dungeon. You've done an assessment one. You have another one to do. It should be the same but harder.
Feels so light too.
You'll be fine. Stop being a baby.
I'm not being a baby.
I am not. You are. But yeah, so we're the party. They're looking to join a group called the Silver Talons Adventuring Guild, and they are on part of that initiation process. And the game world, for those of us who those of you who may be new, the game world, it's set in Neverwinter and the Sword Coast and all that sort of stuff there. But I'm tweaking a lot of elements to suit the campaign that I'm sort of like quite fluidly writing based on their actions. Though I have got several key plot points and things that will come up, and it's up to them how they want to deal with those, because this is the thing we develop and write this story. But yeah, so we got to your Friday evening, and you're deciding how you want to be spending that time, whether or not you want to be going out on the piss, whether you want to be doing some work, whether or not you want to get an early night, or if you want to prepare for any of the jobs and things, because they're coming up over the weekend. I believe one of you at least has got something planned for the weekend. Let me just move your view back to there. There we go. And you're currently you're getting peshed. Well, not necessarily getting peshed, but you are certainly in the tavern. So let's put the tavern audio on. There we go. Now, if memory serves, we have Ion and Maeve are having at the very least having their evening meal at the Blue Stallion. Nye is on his way back from the library with a book to flick through, because he's trying to tame some baby wolves.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's move some things around. That's that. What was Jacob doing? I forget.
Not a lot really during the day. We've just been going, checking the Mages Guild and whatever, and then just in the town.
So just like just keeping busy really. So it's early enough in the evening that some of the shops are still open. So if any of you guys want to go out and do any shopping or anything you want to try and find, then you can still do that. If there's anything that has occurred to you in the last, between now and the last session you were playing, that there may be something you're after. Was Vivian up to anything as well?
I do not remember.
I don't think you were doing anything. I think everyone was just kind of like getting ready to spend a little bit of coin and doing some carousing and stuff. I believe was the plan. But we shall see. Does anyone have any ideas of things that they would like to do, or should we kick the session off with some D100s for your carousing, if that is what you do intend to do?
I was gonna ask if the party would help me find stuff for that cooking competition.
No, so you're on your way back to the Blue Stallion, so we can fast travel you to the Blue Stallion if you would like, if you'd like to link up with the rest of the party there.
Certainly.
Well, Ion finishes their dinner and says, "I'm gonna head to bed." Grabs Cecilia by the hand and takes off upstairs.
It's probably too late for any jobs now, so.
It all depends on what job you got in mind.
I was going to do the tax collector, but it's.
Yeah, that is one. That is one where you do need to be up quite early to do that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. Are you planning on sharing that plan with the party, or is that something you're keeping to yourself?
Anyone that wishes to help, will try and see if anyone wants to join in tomorrow, or.
I promised the ranger I would help him.
You don't even know what I was gonna ask.
Well done, Harry.
I haven't even gone
Being
back
psychic.
I have no idea what the ranger's going to tell me, but it sounds better than that.
Gonna send
You just make excuses.
The goddamn wood.
Yes, that's exactly. You know, lying was never my strong suit.
How clairvoyant of you, oh brave paladin who tries to kill the weak. I mean, who tries to protect good.
I never said I was a wise man.
You're a paladin, you better fucking have some level of wisdom on you. No, actually, no, they're charisma based. Actually, paladins are charisma based. I'll let him off. I'll let him off for that one.
I think you'll find that my lord guides my hand,
I was getting
and therefore I can do no wrong.
Except when priests start telling you to fuck off.
What was that?
I said especially when your priest starts telling you to fuck off.
My priest told me no such thing, and besides, he is not Helm. He is but a pawn of the church.
Oh, great and powerful dungeon master, can we get an ominous lightning strike from off in the distance?
If you can find one quickly.
Okay, no.
You know what? No.
Odds are even.
Just fucking around. So I walk in and I see everybody standing there, and I walk
Given
up.
everything that's already happened so far, thus far in the campaign, I don't think Harry's really appreciated just how close he's come to being an Oathbreaker paladin.
Oh no, I completely appreciate this.
I have to go get my
Like,
reading glasses. I'll be back.
you managed to get away with it by I had a number of rolls that were going off, and it was very, very even keel on it, and you came. If it had been if it had rolled too higher on a particular dice, you would have been an Oathbreaker.
But this is the thing: is I'm not an Oathbreaker. I'm a moron.
I had to factor that in. That was
There's
kind
no
of what I had to
difference
do.
in the eyes of the Lord.
I'm doing
Ignorance
that.
is no defense. Ignorance is not a defense.
The Lord guides my hand.
Which Lord, though?
Clearly,
At this
the Lord
point.
is pissed.
The Lord is not pissed. The Lord is the watchful protector.
It's on the
of all.
communal wine.
What
Oh,
is
you
communion?
there. Get out of there.
It's where the nuns live.
I've kind of lost the plot. What's Mike doing?
Oh god.
He's
It
trying to be a
begins.
tax collector.
Monday begins.
I promise I haven't even been drinking. I've just been up too long.
Maybe you should drink and it might help.
No.
That's an excellent idea.
Harry
need to
is
repeat
not
it the first
Harry is
day.
not allowed to drink in the D&D sessions anymore.
Oh yeah, there was that one incident where he did drink and it went very bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Harry's allowed to drink when he's DMing, but he's not allowed to drink when he's playing.
Yeah, but the last time I
That
drank
sounds
while
very-
DMing, I almost got a TPK 3 of you.
Yes, but that's fine because, you know, in that regard, it was your show.
That was a great session.
It was a great session. I still toughed it out.
I actually deleted that Roll20 game the other day. That was really sad.
We could have come back to that at some point, but never mind.
I know, but the graphics were horrible. Now that I actually know how to use the system.
Yeah, they were a little bit on the shaky side.
No, you could have done it like one of those 8-bit retro games. You know?
If I'd have sketched it out using a mouse in Paint, it would probably have come out better.
Yeah. So, Friday evening. Friday evening. What are we doing for Friday evening? It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock sort of time. Late afternoon, early evening.
Well, not a lot really. Just seeing if anyone else is doing anything.
So, have we eaten at this point?
You have your meals at the very least in front of you.
Okay, I'll wait till the end of dinner to do my piece.
Do your praying.
This is a lovely meal, don't we? Really? Don't you think? You really don't get food like this in any of the smaller places, only in cities like this. And only in the north side as well. I mean, if you go down to the south side, it's kind of rough. They don't even get like fruit. Hello?
I'm curious as to what we're getting at. I'm trying to
Oh
work
my
out what's
God.
going on.
I'm slightly confused, like, what to respond?
Didn't realise.
You're just trying to make some casual dinner conversation. Why are you all being so strange?
Why are you?
I didn't realise the Blue Stallion was owned by Gordon Ramsay.
Have you spent too much time in the sun today, Harry?
Look, I'm sorry. I've just been praying for like 3 days. I'm kind of a bit frazzled.
Do you need that social interaction?
I do.
It's the fact that he's been praying for 3 days but didn't say grace over the meal. It was
It's a little off-putting.
he's that prayed out that he didn't even say grace over the food.
I've been waiting 3 days for answers and he won't speak to me.
God, if only you'd messaged the DM saying what was going on, he could have like come up with some exposition for you.
It's almost like he was doing something else.
Would you like some cheese there, buddy?
Yes. Just snatch it off the end of the fork or whatever.
I guess
Just
I'm sitting down
comfy.
with everyone else. I guess I'm sitting down with everyone else.
Here we go again.
Have you missed me, Dan?
Missed
not
is such
sure
a
missed
strong
is a good
word. It's such an interesting concept. I've certainly noticed that you haven't been here.
I'm not
I'll
mad. I'm
take
just a
that
little
as
bit
a compliment.
absolutely livid. Oh god.
Oh. Anyway,
So I think the plan is that you reach meant to be discussing what your plans are for the remaining 2 days that you have. I think was the basic idea of what this evening, the beginning, at least this moment's interaction is about.
That's what I thought it was. I didn't know we were going into some weird exposition monologue.
No.
I was a kid. I was a young paladin. I remember all sorts of stories. Stories about what? What are you talking about? I don't know
do
any
you want
stories.
me to launch into my whole backstory?
No.
To be fair, you can do that if you want to.
Oh my god.
No one wants to listen to that.
If he does, I'm starting drinking.
No, that's
Are you
my
seriously saying that my monologues turn you to alcoholism?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Jesus.
Oh.
Oh god, just start
Keep my
passing
mouth
out
shut, I'm
last-
sorry.
You guys want to vanish for a bit? Just, like start passing out to everybody except me. Just like guys, follow me, let's go.
Where are you all going?
See, at least my option was sit there and listen rather than sneak off.
And just get drunk.
Yeah, but that's still listening. I'm just
You're
drinking.
getting pissed drunk. So
Udubsider. Not sure how to pronounce that. I hope I haven't butchered it too hard, too much there for you. But welcome to the Dungeonist. Thank you for that follow. You joined us at a particularly peculiar moment where,
Harry wants to monologue us.
well, let's just see what happens, shall we?
I'm just trying to engage in dialogue by
Come on then,
myself.
Harry. Come on, Harry, we're listening. We'll respond when we know what to say. If we're not asleep.
I feel like I wronged you guys, and I mean, well, I feel like I've wronged you guys, and I'd like to make amends, if I may.
How would you like to make amends?
Well, you've all been very patient and kind with me, so I feel like I owe you some debt of service. Maybe there's something I can help you with while we're still in town, you know? I'm sorry, I've completely forgotten your name. Wizard?
Jacob.
Is there anything I could help you with?
I like the fact you forget Jacob, which is your brother's name.
No. Oh no! Completely in character. Come on.
Oh dear.
My name is Jacob Ufor.
Oh yes, Jacob. That's all right.
He's
maybe I
also a
could help you with
sorcerer, not a
something?
wizard.
Minus points.
It's just with the magic and the cape, and
He just puts you in awe, doesn't he?
I mean it's very impressive. I mean I could never do what you do.
I don't know. I might be able to do what you do with a net.
I haven't really had any formal training in the net, but thank you for admiring my skill. Is there anything I can help you with?
Well, unless you want to join the me being a tax collector tomorrow. Not a lot.
I mean, that sounds dreadful. Do you really need two people for that? I mean, I still owe you a debt of servitude. You can call it in whenever you like. But,
Do you really need me to help you be a tax collector?
No, I'm just offering. It's money if anyone wants to join in. No help is required, but might be fun.
What time is the cooking competition? Is that in the morning or is it in the afternoon?
It's in the early afternoon.
A cooking competition.
Yes, you want to help me get some supplies?
Yes, of course. And I mean, I owe you a debt of servitude, of course.
I've got a very special task for you. Okay, something only you can do.
Okay. I
need
mean,
you.
yes, absolutely. I'm your man.
I need you to go out into the woods, deep out in the woods, past the goblin encampment and everything. I need you to get me.
That's very deep in the woods. Well,
Yes.
I'll be fine. It's okay. What do you need?
I need you to get me elk meat.
Okay. 1 second. Just fumble for a bit of parchment. I start scribbling this down. Elk. How do you spell meat? Is it two e's? Yeah, two
No.
e's.
MEAT.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You're not going to greet it.
So you're
Team
wanting to go and
eating.
greet an elk. Okay.
Okay, so elk meat.
An elk meet, is that where all elks gather together, have a drink?
Yes.
Put their hooves up.
What do you want me to get from this elk meat? Do they give out like goodie bags or
Birthday cake.
No, you're.
birthday cake? Well, I thought you were making a cake. Are we stealing decorations?
When did I say?
Stop laughing, wizard. This is serious. I owe a debt of servitude.
All I can see on the stream is DK shaking his head like, well, what have I put myself in for? I think we're breaking him.
We can
That's
ignore
fine.
the wizard. What else can I? What else do you need?
I need 10 geese eggs. They have to be freshly laid. All right.
Geese
They
eggs
can't
or
be a day
goose
old.
eggs?
Goose eggs. Sorry.
No,
Goose eggs.
geese eggs.
Okay.
What eggs that have been laid by more than one goose?
That's a very exotic egg.
Yes, that's how you get the golden eggs. They have to be eaten by another one, and then
You know, I'd heard about those in stories. So, was it 10? 10
Yes, it
goose
was-
eggs.
10 goose eggs.
You see me write down goose as GOOS.
Yes, and egg is just a big 0.
I agree, Paul. They're all broken.
Anything else?
And I need you to get me the bark of a very particular tree. The
Okay.
bark has a very spicy smell to it.
Spicy?
Yes.
Okay. And I write down spicy tree, question mark.
Is that?
Is that everything that you need?
Yes. Yes. And if you will get it for me, I will be very grateful.
Yes,
Okay.
of course. 10 goose eggs. That's going to be one big cake. Okay,
I never said
fantastic.
anything about a cake. Where are you guys getting cake?
You said it was a cake competition.
No, it's a cooking competition.
God.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go out and get these things. When do you need them by?
By tonight. I need them
By tonight.
Yes.
Because the competition's Saturday.
Oh shit! I
tomorrow.
best get my things together. I'll see you all later. I'm sorry off from the table.
Dan was so interested in that conversation, he had time to look for a new backing.
And after he leaves, I just turn around and say, is he alright? He doesn't seem right, does he?
No,
Like he's got a couple of screws loose.
I
He-
think he's been
staring
out
at
in the
that
sun
statue
too
too long.
much.
he hasn't spoken to anyone other than his god for 3 days.
Was his god not answering the phone?
No, I think his god was call blocking.
Ah, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Should we actually go and follow him, make sure he doesn't die?
Ugh.
Is that necessary?
I
Oh, no,
don't
those-
know, but I don't want to be the cause of his death.
But you
Oh,
just
no.
sent him out to go and get it.
Ah,
There are those ninja wolves that we have to worry about.
yeah.
Ugh.
It's,
I have an idea. Dan, you don't have to do the voice, just so you know. You
Oh
don't have to
no!
do the voice. I send I call up Fizzle really quick. I say, hey, I'm sending the crazy paladin out there. Just send a couple of your guys to kind of shadow him, stay up in the trees. That's it. Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye.
Right.
The look on Dad's
Yeah.
face of not doing it, not doing it.
I said it
Okay.
doesn't have to.
Oh, it makes everyone stay better.
And then I say to God damn it. I say to Vivian and Jacob, all right, so let's go to the market, see what we can buy. I don't know what they'll still have, but we might be able to put something together that might.
What are you planning on cooking? What is the?
Well, if our enigmatic paladin actually does come through with his thing, I'll have to change some stuff. But it really depends on what we can get.
Okay.
But
Well, I suggest we head out sooner rather than later before all options are finalised.
yeah. So
To the market.
yes.
Okay, so you can head out to the market, and you're familiar enough with the area that you know where you're going to and what you're doing. So let's just load up that scene for you. There you go. Do. Okay, so you can head out to the market.
Okay. So when we get there, I say, all right, so I would like some mushrooms because I don't know if those wolves took what was in my pack when I got mauled to death. We need a very gamey meat, and some vegetables, preferably some hearty ones, if possible.
A gamey meat to go with elk.
No, not to go with elk. That's just a wild goose chase, so he stays that far here.
I see. Okay.
I don't trust him too much.
I don't blame you.
So,
Okay, well, if we divide and conquer, we should be able to get to the stores as quickly as possible.
yes. So, who wants to go for what?
I'll try and find a butcher of some kind.
Cool.
Okay.
Also, while you're there, see if they have any bones that they're either going to get rid of or or basically any bones that they have no use for.
Some sort of soup or flavouring, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Okay, I'll see what they have.
awesome. Thank you. You're a big help. Vivian, what
Okay.
do you want to go for?
What would you rather I try and go for?
It's up to you. It's coin toss, really.
So what do we have left that we need to get?
Vegetables and some mushrooms.
I'll go for the vegetables.
Cool. Hearty vegetables, carrots, potatoes.
Okay.
See, the fun bit here is that Key actually does do quite a lot of this cooking stuff. So it's the Sunday group has got a bard that actually plays music, and this group has got someone who's doing a cooking competition who actually cooks. So that's fine, right? That balances.
Yeah.
Now this is gonna be weird because I don't know what other types of vegetables they would have that would be real life kind of.
It's fairly
Similarities.
just apply a lot of common sense logic to
'Cause
this.
it would also depend on the season that we're in right now. So would they have?
well, you're in late spring, early summer.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of celery would actually be something that's grown. I don't remember.
I love how much attention to detail is going into this.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe somebody actually wants to make this in real life if it sounds good enough. I don't know. I might try it. So yeah, potatoes, carrots, celery. If they have something that's a little starchy as well, besides just the potatoes, get those too. Please.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that.
Alright, so, and then I'm going to get mushrooms. Not the fun kind, but the ones that don't send you on bad trips. Let's see. If they have them button mushrooms?
Well, yeah. So, if you guys are, you know the sort of things you're looking for. So, why don't all three of you give me perception checks as you're walking around the market, keeping your eyes out for the various things that you've been asked to keep an eye out for.
Oh crap! I forgot to say if he needs to, he can also look for fish. Fuck.
It's a good thing the ranger is perceptive.
Yeah.
I wasn't last week, so.
So,
Try for this.
Jem, Vivian, it's not really her bag. So she's having a look around and she manages to find potatoes without too much of an issue. Just like they're a very, very obvious thing. But it's not really your area of expertise, so you're not entirely sure what is and isn't good to go for. But it's like these will be fine. And so for 5 coppers, you can get a quite large, like a 5 kilo bag of potatoes.
Okay.
Jacob, you were looking for like a gamey sort of meat, weren't you?
And bones, yes.
Meat and bones. Okay, so you have a bit of a look around, and you do come to a stall that is clearly manned and provided for by some of the local hunters. You see a couple of faces you've recognised from previous interactions out in the woods.
Yep.
And there's because I've watched Lord of the Rings recently. There's a brace of conies for you.
Okay.
Which is basically there's 3 rabbits.
Yep.
And they're not they're not big rabbits. Yeah, they are just rabbits. But it's you know that is generally like a gamey sort of meat. That's the sort of thing that comes to mind when you think that.
Yep.
And they cost you 3 coppers each.
Okay. So 9 copper. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, no problem. Any bones or no?
No, not with only the 8 perception on that one. You don't really see.
I
You
can
don't
use
you
the
don't really
bones
see
from the rabbits and stuff. So.
You don't really see the sort of place that's still open. So you don't actually see like a butcher shop that's still open that would be able to provide that for you. And what were you looking for again? Now you're looking for mushrooms and stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So with a 15 perception, yeah, you find you see just the sort of place. You see like a woman who at a distance she looks like an old witch, old crone sort of person. But she's smiling, she's happy, she's clearly seeing quite a bit of business going back and forth from her as well. And she's got a whole medley of those little baskets, the punnet type baskets. It's got loads of those, just basically all over her stall, which are all filled with varying different types of mushrooms.
Okay.
And each of the punnets is 3 coppers.
Okay. So Nye walks up and he says, "Hi. I would like to buy."
Hello, my dearie.
Oh God. I would like to buy some of your white button mushrooms.
Oh, I've got something here, dearie. You see, went out and picked these just this morning. And she shakily holds up a punnet. A couple of mushrooms fall out.
I grab it and I say, "Thank you very much."
It's 3 coppers for a punnet, dearie.
I give her the coppers, and then I ask her, "Now, there's a special type of mushroom that I'm looking for. It's called a truffle.
Oh,
Do you have any of those?"
It sounds like something very expensive, dude. I don't little mushrooms for going in your stew.
Why does everybody keep assuming I'm making a stew? What the?
It's because you
Yeah,
said
that's all.
conies and potatoes.
Okay, that doesn't mean I'm making a stew.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Who's scraping what?
That's somebody's e-cigarettes running out of juice.
My bad.
That'd be Mike.
I love how you can hear his coil is burnt. That's amazing.
I was around somebody who used to use that stuff all the time, and so you just hear it start. It's like, Jesus, dude, like fix that shit. Damn.
I did it like I turned around. I didn't even do it near the mic. That is impressive hearing.
Or your mic is just really good at picking it up.
Maybe. It's not good for vocals, but for vape liquid, yes.
All right, so then, as I'm walking back, is there? No, that's gonna be too starchy. Is there a place that's selling berries as well?
Give me another perception check.
Okay.
See if you can see anyone in the bustle of things. You do see a stall, but he's not really got a lot left now. There's just like
I don't need that much, honestly.
There's a couple small punnets of look quite bruised and slightly darker than they should be blackberries, but nothing else really.
Okay. I go up to the
last of his summer berries for the day.
Okay, I walk over to him and I say, "How much for the blackberries?"
Those there, just a couple copper for the punnet.
All right, I give him the money,
Okay.
and then I guess I start heading back to the inn.
Okay, dokes.
I'm very interested to see what you're going to make out of this.
I've got a
Well-
general idea.
So you guys have all gone to the market to find some stuff. Now, May did not go to the market.
I rush out into the evening air with my pack and my sword
Okay,
And your
dokes.
net.
and my net, and I would like to go to where the goblins are.
Go to where the goblins are.
Yes.
Let me see what I've done with this map to see if I've got
No.
if I've repopulated it for anything else.
Don't worry, Dan. Don't worry about booting the map. I'm not turning this into a combat encounter.
oh,
Unless,
oh,
of course, you want to turn this into a combat encounter.
We
Please
prepare.
don't.
We prepare. We prepare.
Dan,
We
please
always
don't.
prepare.
Please, I don't want him to die. This was just meant as a joke. I don't need the.
To feel
No,
responsible
no,
for his
look,
death.
Yeah, I killed
No,
someone.
if you
sort of
die,
thing.
if I die, it won't be because of you. It will be because of my own incompetence. But
It'll be
I'm
because
very
you
aware
do
of my
next.
limitations. I'm
You're the
very
comic
aware of my
relief.
limitations here.
You're the comic relief, though, so we can't have you die. That'd be like having Shaggy die.
So my thought process behind this is, Maid is heading out. He's like, yes, of course, I'll do this. And then while heading out into the woods, he's like, I actually have no idea what I'm looking for. So I'm going to try and get some more expert help.
Hunting lodge, I'm guessing.
I'm kind of torn between the hunting lodge and the goblins, but I think I would have walked past the hunting lodge by now. And
Well,
I think-
you said you were heading straight out into the. You grabbed your stuff and you're heading straight out. You didn't say you were going to pause and go by the hunting lodge, so you're already in the woods, my friend.
Which I assume is roughly where the goblins were.
Yes, I'm going to send you out to that location. So we're going to portal you across in just a moment.
And
Oh,
I
this
think
will
it
be
could
great.
be a rather interesting engagement.
You kill any of them, I swear to God, you will not be a whole paladin anymore.
Well, after the goblin shaman kept your like fluffy arse alive, I'm much more open to the idea of goblins.
Good. Good. Damn straight.
Now, I don't know how well you can see them. But there are-
Not at all. That's kind of how goblins work.
Because you know the sort of things you're looking for now. I'll tell you that there's a couple goblins fishing by the little pond, and
Yes, I see them.
there's a few goblins outside of the cave.
Well, there's kind of a track here that seems to have been a bit better walked since we were here last. So I'm just going to proceed up the path and sort of singing as I go. Captain came home from 15 months at sea. He went to port with his crew of 53. As they went upon the town, they drank the whole place dry. I can't remember the words. Shit. Oh, the year was 1778. Oh, you wish I wasn't. Hello, little people.
They're basically they're just sat around on the floor, just basically just not really paying. They're clearly they're just like having a bit of a relax. Hello.
I'm a friend of the pointy ears man with the dark clothes. His name is Nye.
Yes. Yeah, we remember you.
Is that a good thing?
I need your help.
What for?
So he's asked me to go into the forest and get some things for him, and I'm sort of fumbling for the bit of paper. And I need your help to get them, because I don't know what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Could I don't know, hire you, or is there something I could trade for your help?
What do you need?
So
The
I
one with
need
the bow
need
strung across
to-
his back, so it gets up and like walks over a little bit closer to you.
so I need to
looking
get
up at you like a
cake
child.
from an elk meat.
Cake from an elk meat.
Yeah,
Right.
I need goose eggs.
Goose? Oh, they've all gone. They fly south this time of year.
In the
Gooses do.
In the summer?
Uh,
What are you
well,
talking about that?
Goose.
No, because he hasn't asked for a geese or a goose. He's asked for gooses. So now the goblins are playing with him.
No,
okay,
I need the gooses.
Gooses? Yeah, no, they travel south. They scuttle along the floor. Big old lizards.
But the Nye is really quite a clever bloke. He wouldn't have sent me into the woods if they've all gone.
Oh, maybe he means a goose.
Goose. Yes, that's what I was trying to spell. Goose.
Yeah, no, yeah, we know there's a couple of, yeah, we can take you to some watery areas where they like to live.
Okay. And the last thing. It's all smudged.
These two at the back are just like they're playing Rock Shield Sword.
And a slicey tree.
A spicy.
Spicy. Sorry, it's all smudged.
What do you mean a spicy tree?
He said that there was a tree and it smelt spicy.
So what?
And
That could just mean a bear's pissed on it. Give me your notes.
we needed the bark of a spicy tree. Are there any particularly fragrant types of trees?
If he needs the bark from a tree, it might mean dogwood. Maybe he means dogwood.
We can
we'll get-
try dogwood.
We'll get some. Yeah, we'll find you some dogwood and we'll go from there.
Okay, so would you? I mean, I'm guessing I'm coming and doing the things, or would you rather me just pay you and you do it?
No,
I don't know what would be easier.
If you need to steal a cake from an elk, then I'm going to need the backup. So you're coming with me.
Understood. Absolutely, I will be there to support you 100%.
Right, come on, you two. And he gestures to his minions.
Thank you. I can't even begin. However I can repay you, just let me know. Thank you. And I'd happily follow them into the woods.
Oh, dying. Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm glad everyone's having fun. I'm just hoping these goblins don't murder me.
He's just so stupid.
Are you alright now? Are you alright? Oh, Christ. I broke my eye.
Oh. Oh, God. I think I'm going to have that diaphragm problem you told me about yesterday, Harry.
You always got to be careful with your diagrams.
You don't want to overexert your diagrams.
Oh, God.
Cool.
I hate you all.
Hey, you sent me on this bullshit quest. Don't even start.
Cake
So-
from an elk meat and music.
I get easily confused.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
where the
as-
hell are we supposed to get a goose this time of year?
Well, as you're wandering through the woods, you stop by a couple of like places along the river, and you manage to harvest the some eggs from the goose nests that are there, as well as so you get the goose eggs that you need. You also manage to find 7 duck eggs as well.
Sorry, so say that again, but slower.
You find all the goose eggs that you need. You also find 7 duck eggs as well.
Awesome.
And then as you continue traveling on your journey through the woods, the goblin who's leading you, the one with the bow who's ranging out front a little bit, suddenly stops and raises his little clawed hand in a closed fist, doing the classic thing of like, "Everyone stop here!" And echoing through the woods,
What the fuck was that?
"That's the elk herd! That's the herd of elk! I knew there was some around here. That'll be the matriarch."
I've been my eardrums bursting.
What the fuck is a matriarch?
And right, stealth rolls from yourself, please. I also got to do some stealth rolls for these.
Jesus Christ, you could not ask me for a worse skill. The fuck is my stealth? -1, that's not too bad.
You're wearing heavy armor, aren't you? So it's done a disadvantage. Yeah, good. Well, you're convinced.
Oh, well, I don't even need it, Dan, because
You're-
I just crit failed.
You're convinced that you are the stealthiest stealth since stealthy stealth.
Don't worry, I'm sneaky. I'll just creep up and I'll steal that cake before they even realise.
So you're skulking along. Hang on, let me just put in these other character sheets. I need to have these other character sheets open for the goblins, who are also going to try to roll their stealth as well.
Just so
That
that
one's fine.
just out of character. No, this is why you always get help when you're going on a solo
That was
mission.
fine. Oh,
And that's
well,
why
I'll put it
I'm
this
the
way.
elk.
I'll put it this way for you, Harry. If it all goes wrong, the goblins will be fine.
Well, if it all goes wrong, the goblins will be able to tell my friends what happened.
They'll each bring back a piece of you.
Exactly.
What is he having a fight now?
A cherished memory.
Okay, so let me just put the view across to what you can see now as you're skulking forward, and the lead goblin is pointing out the target that you're heading towards. And the little goblin that is beside you points up the hill. He goes, "If any of them are going to have a cake, it'll be that big one."
Thank you. You've been so helpful, and I'm not even stealthing.
Before we go any further, I feel I must ask you a question, because most of the people who come here to look for the elk, they come to hunt one. Is it at all possible that you need the meat from an elk?
I show him my bit of paper, which has meat spelled correctly.
Right. And he does a complex bird whistle, and his two companions move off into the shadows a little bit. Right. Stay here, because if this goes wrong, we're going to need some help.
Okay, small man.
Well, let's roll initiatives, which is a very weird scenario, because now basically I'm going to be playing with myself for Twitch.
You're playing with yourself via Twitch.
Yes.
Isn't that how you get banned?
Yeah. Oh no, I got away with it last time, so it should be fine.
Would you say you're twitching with yourself?
Something like
The
that.
way you talk to these goblins just reminds me of Vegeta from Dragon Bridge.
That's actually what I was going for.
So,
Come back, magic man.
so the goblin archer, who is going to stay in the shadows of the tree and head over to the bushy area. And he's going to...
party stands alongside the Dungeoneer.
Well, we just got raided by Artifice. Thank you very much, then, brother. You've joined us just at a peculiar moment here where we only have one member of the party out in the field because he's hunting for elk. He may have possibly bitten off more than he can chew, but thankfully he's got some help from some goblins. So,
I'd like to make one thing known.
what's that?
I have no idea we're hunting elk. I'm genuinely... All I did was show them a bit of paper and they slunk off.
Right. Well, let's have an insight roll from you then. Let's see if Maith can actually work it out what's going on, and see if he's smart enough to realise he should probably go and hide in a fucking bush. At the moment, your only saving grace is that you're downwind of them, and they haven't really noticed you yet. And yes, I rolled for a wind direction because I'm that
Yes, we have
fucking
heard of
sad.
never split the party, but I don't trust him, or rather, my character doesn't trust him. But I did get him some form of help. To be fair, I got him some form of help.
Are you doing an insight roll, Harry?
Oh, sorry, I'm miles away. I never heard that instruction.
Make it stop.
look at that.
Right. So you have another look at your bit of paper that was handed back to you, and have a look around at what you can see here, and you think, I was mistaken before.
I'm going to run up to the lead goblin and be like, "Hey," and just sort of grab his bow.
That's not the one with the bow.
Who's the lead goblin?
That would be the one who's over here, who's very well camouflaged because he's the leader.
Okay.
He's the one who's leading this hunt.
Can I make that in time?
You know,
Or is
yeah,
it gonna be
because
before
we haven't yet kicked this off properly. We only got the Eternal there as a vague idea, and at the moment things haven't kicked off properly. Yes, you can have a moment to do a thing.
I'm going to dash over and just grab him and be like, whoa.
What?
Is there any way that we could get the meat without killing one?
The goblin just sort of like looks at you, confused.
Oh my fucking god.
Because the last time I swung first and thought later, it didn't go so well.
one first and thought later.
The goblin sort of like just scratches his head and he goes, "You're the one the shaman told us about, aren't you?"
What's a shaman?
I am him.
Just,
I know
just,
a Sharon.
just, right, if I take a shot at that elk, and he points over there at this one, he goes, if I take a shot at that elk, the plan is that my boys will jump it if it runs off in their direction, or hopefully I'll just kill it outright. But there's a chance it might piss off Big Bertha up there, and that's why you're here.
Right. So you're saying there's no way that to get the meat without killing one?
We did try persuading them once, they weren't having it.
Well, I'm quite a charismatic fellow. Can I give it a go?
You go towards the big one, we'll deal with the little one.
That's an excellent idea.
And with that, the goblin draws his bow.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll see if I can reach a peaceful agreement. If not, I'll make a noise.
I think the noise will be
Come
OW!
up with- Yes, that's a perfectly suitable signal. If I'm unsuccessful, I'll shout "ow," and then you can acquire the meat via the less desirable way. Yes.
How do your characters live this long?
I would like to.
Oh, God, Harry, you're gonna give me a fucking aneurysm.
I would like to approach the big deer.
Right, you're gonna stop there, because we're gonna do the turn order bit for it. And if you're approaching to there, I've got no fucking choice on this bit now. Of course it's fucking noticed you. You rolled a one. Right, okay. Oh my fucking
I'm
God.
so dead.
Goodbye,
God,
Harry.
I'm so dead.
Well, I'm sorry that I sent you to go die.
It's his own stupid fault.
I'll
for-
be fine. It'll
For
be
trying.
It'll be fine. Ah! Hello! Hello? Hello, scary wailing thing? You're bigger than up close than you were further away.
Slowly going around, turning around all the tokens to have them facing a certain direction, and at that sound... Oops. Most of the elk make a break for it. This one over here is a little bit startled. And suddenly does indeed get a thwip arrow into its neck. And that is actually... Wow, good fucking job, Goblin. Just fucking dropped it. There you go. You're going to have your meat if you survive. You'll be fine. So, yeah, one of the... Fuck me, I wasn't actually expecting that. That was... Okay.
At the sound of that arrow, I'm just going to spin around on the spot and be like, but I didn't even give you the signal yet.
So there's the thwip noise from that from the goblin archer who does his thing. This gobbo, which is that one there, runs over to the body. Harry, it is up to you to do whatever you want to do.
I've just realised my health is lower than full. I would
yeah,
at this point.
Yeah, put yourself back up to your max because you would have been. So I'm happy to let you have that. Hey, Snore. Because you've had a long rest since the last time you did the thing, but I whilst I was semi-controlling your character, I didn't control that element of it.
Okay, cool.
Because you guys weren't actually doing anything that involved your character sheets for a while, so.
I didn't even give you the signal yet. You just don't follow orders.
The little goblin points at the elk that still has its head reared back and is finishing its call, and says, "Eat it!"
What?
As in, he's implying that thing did give the signal.
Oh, he did. Okay, I thought you said eat this. I'm like,
No,
what
so
the fuck?
he did.
But
Okay,
but
so-
that wasn't even the signal. The signal was ow. I'm just move up.
I'm really interested to see how you're going to try and tackle this giant elk with your nets, given the fact that nets only work on up to a large-sized creature, and this is technically huge.
Oh dear.
A female.
Hello. Nice horn cow thing. Oh, that's a lovely scream you've got there.
You must have a lovely singing voice.
Could I borrow some cake? You have cake?
It inclines its head, stamps its foot at you, and is like just like threatens with its horns. You get the feeling that it's telling you to fuck off.
I sort of call loudly over my shoulder. Did we get the thing yet?
It's been dealt with.
Cool. Well, it's been lovely meeting you. I'm just gonna. Can I dash from this point?
You can beat it if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a dash action to there.
Tackle opportunity.
I am hightailing it.
The rest of the elk have all just fucking cheesed it out of the way as well. Now the key thing that's about to happen is I'm really hoping that the dice are going to be in your favour here, because otherwise you're going to be in an awful lot of bother.
It'll be fine.
So yeah, they're grabbing the carcass, and it's the goblin archer who's going to, who is, if you can just about see him stream view, I'll just zoom in a little bit more. He's down here. He's going to sort of like just slink into the bush a little bit and hide. It comes then around to the goblin, who is already there and is starting to butcher the thing as best he's able to. He's not doing a very good job, it's slow going. And it's the giant elk. There's the giant elk. See the smell of blood on the air. Of course it fucking doesn't. Okay, you've got a moment's reprieve.
I have a question.
You've got limited time, but crack on.
What would be the odds of me outrunning a giant elk in like an endurance race across the plains?
Give me a nature roll.
Yes. It's an intelligence-based skill. I'm not going to do well at it.
So you have a little thing because you're making your way away from this creature, and you have a thought occurs. You're like, that's like a bloody big horse with horns. Horses run fast, don't they?
Ah, yes, horses do run rather fast. You know what they're not good at, though? Climbing trees. I'm gonna...
Are you?
I have no idea, but we're gonna give it a go. That's 45 feet, so that'll be a dash action to get there. And then, actually,
Wait,
nearest
where
tree
are you
is
going? Because
probably-
these things here are bushes, by the way. So
That's 30 feet. That's 15 feet. That's good. I'm going to get to here and then try and climb this tree.
okay, so you can climb through it. The only reason I'm going to ask you to do an acrobatics check to see whether or not you fall out of the tree whilst trying to climb it. So acrobatics or athletics, either one, up to you. Acrobatics or athletics to climb the tree, and basically this is your opportunity to fail, which you do not do. You succeed. Yes, you scuttle up the tree as if you were some sort of weird spidery type thing wearing chainmail.
Spidery type thing.
Haha!
Like a man of
man.
spider?
You
Spider-Man?
come. Okay, and I would like to prepare my net.
Okay. You've got your net prepared for this huge beast. Okay, that's fine on that bit. They've managed to pull the corpse a little bit more into the bush as they're trying to butcher it as quickly and secretly as possible. The archer, the goblin archer, does a complicated bird whistle to his companions, and they continue doing their work. This goblin is also doing, yes, that's better. Okay, cool. So they've got that much. So that's that. And then to turn the giant elk, who has perceived the smell of blood on the air.
Shit.
And so like it's not running or anything for it. It's sort of, it just comes to the top of the trail here, rears its head back and lets out that wonderful sound you're all getting used to now. And does that, you know, that thing that moose and elk do, where like they shake their head and it makes the whole of like their body like, ruffle out and make them look even bigger.
No.
Yeah, it does. If you never watched a nature program, you uncultured pricks. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. That seemed a little bit harsh. Do apologise. But yeah, so no, but yeah, it does that. If you've ever seen it, it does that classic wild animal thing of making itself look bigger, which is of course even more terrifying because it's already fucking huge. And it lowers its head again and then like stamps its foot a couple times in that classic bull about to charge thing. Maeve, you're up a tree.
I am, yes. I would like to shimmy up a branch and just keep that net ready in case the elk gets within like 5 feet.
Okie dokie. The goblin is still trying to do some secretive butchering, and he's doing okay for it. That's that. Goblin archer lets out another one of his complicated whistles, and this time there is a return. And then he does is he reaches into his little quiver of arrows, pulls out one which got like a walnut, a carved walnut on it, takes careful aim and thwangs it into the branch. As it streaks towards you, it whistles out a very, very shrill sort of sound. Does that get? Do you reckon that would get May's attention? An arrow thudding into the branch quite close to him, after having shrieked out a whistle, very similar to an elk sound as well.
I have no idea.
Well, okay, let's do a perception roll for him then. I've got a number in my head.
Just looking at him like,
no, it's like, you know, you've seen it, and you see this arrow. You see it. Well, you don't see it flying towards you, but you see the arrow thud into the branch near you. After hearing the sound, which makes you look around for it, and you look and you see the goblin who's led you here, and he's waving his hands frantically and indicating to run, to leave.
Very loudly. I see what you do, and I would like to try and get down from the tree as speedily as possible.
Okie dokie, so you can jump yourself down from the tree without too much of a drama there. Let's have an acrobatics, see whether or not you twist your ankle when you land.
I mean, I would much rather him just fall on his ass.
Oh, that did not go well.
You've landed awkwardly, but you haven't injured yourself. Your pride is completely gone.
bugger, the ground really hurts. Shit. Okay. Is it my turn?
No, it is the turn of one of the goblins.
I do apologize.
Who? Which one is it? So it's this one here. Oops, I'll get rid of that corpse now because it's done with. This one runs up to you, and presses a blood-soaked canvas bag into your hands.
What's this?
It's the meat. It's the meat. Take it. Run. We'll distract the elk.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the elk cake. Bye.
It is the turn then of the giant elk. Let's see if this is the turn where it decides it's going to charge. Oh, thank God for that. No, so it doesn't charge. It's carrying on posturing and threatening and doing the things that it has been doing. May, that is your turn.
Shit! That horse thing. Let's go. 50 feet to the edge, moving a dash, and I'm off the screen.
And fantastic. So that means you manage to get out of there before the elk actually comes around to doing a charge. I was rolling some dice and some numbers in my head and things and stuff, and you're fine. You're okay. Everything's okay. You
How
don't
the hell
have
did
to
I
panic.
survive that?
By grace, luck, RNGesus was watching you definitely.
Okay.
I was passing on some of my Irish luck to you.
Let's
Thank you, Noah.
do a quick little.
You should have died.
You really should.
I really should have. I
Yeah.
completely agree.
Yeah, no, you really.
No, I'm saying with my Irish luck, you should have died. It's horrible.
And the goblins all make it out as well. They're okay. Cool. Right. So let's just bring you back to civilization.
We still need the spicy tree.
And the goose eggs.
You got the eggs.
I
but-
got the goose eggs. I didn't
Yeah.
get the spicy tree.
Yeah. No, the tree, the spicy tree is kind of as the goblins catch up with you, they say no, we don't know anything about spicy trees anyway. I couldn't see
Okay.
anything as they're going around.
Cinnamon.
Yes, I know the spicy tree is cinnamon, but that's not.
No, but I was literally sending him on a wild goose chase because
Yeah,
apparently
I know, yeah.
that only grows in warm.
It's like it's semi-tropical sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
In a way. Not
Yeah.
not proper
It's gonna be
tropical.
in like a rainforest kind of area.
What did
Yeah.
you say the tree was called again? Was it dog?
They said dogwood.
They said they were going to look for dogwood, because because of the whole idea of bark. They wanted bark from a tree. So he's trying to work out what's going on with that bit, but they couldn't find anything that they were going for. So you've got your goose eggs. You also found some duck eggs. Don't forget you got 7 duck eggs as well.
I'm going to the market for dogwood.
Mark for dogwood.
No, I don't need dog. Can we please catch up with him so I can just say don't
Well, the thing
worry
is, no,
about it?
you're
Bump
the thing is,
into me
you
in the
guys
market,
you guys are in the
dogwood.
market. Because
we don't
you
need
guys went straight out to the market, and he went
I
straight
would've
out
been
into
gone
the
a
woods.
while.
He would have been gone a while, so he would have been coming back basically with pretty much all the market stalls closed up.
Oh god, oh good. So he's not going to spend 3 hours looking for.
Well, he might
Wood that
have a
smells
look.
like
Is he gonna have a look around? Is he gonna have a look around?
He's taking this seriously. He's.
Oh my god.
I would not go back to the Blue Stallion without having exhausted every possible avenue for dogwood.
You want to try and find some dogwood? Okay.
I mean, I think we should snap back to the party because I've stolen like a half an hour of the session. But
Well, right, yeah. Okay, yeah. So we can go back to the party for a while. So you guys have spent probably would have been about all in all, an hour and a half in the market, gathering up the various things that you did manage to find. So you can be you can be in the Blue Stallion, gathering your thoughts and such.
All right. Well, while I'm in the Blue Stallion, I walk over to the owner of the bar. Now, before I ask this, if I give you a vivid and wonderful description of the food, can I please not roll? Because I don't want to get fucked up again and burn the place down.
That's the one of the things we do is we do the general Hollywood rule of cool. And so like the more involved you are, the easier the DC on it is going to be. So let's go for it. Just describe this meal to me, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, because I'm gonna do, or what Nye's gonna do is he's gonna go in the back and he's gonna at least make a test run, sort of, to see if his companions will enjoy it before he enters it, because there's no point in him entering it if it's not gonna be good.
Okay.
So what he does is he goes in the back, and after he's asked the owner of the bar, hey, I was wondering if I could use your kitchen for a little bit, please.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine, laddie.
Cool, thank you. So Nye goes in the back and he grabs 4 pots. No, 2 pans, pot, and then some form of tray to put in the oven if he's got one. Or a
you'd find stuff that would be that would suffice for that. You know, he's got the various bits of cooking supplies that would be required.
Okay, so Nye he skins the rabbits, takes the legs, and other bits of meat. I'm trying to remember what all you can do with rabbit, because he's gonna do something fancy.
Anyone before you start this, anyone in the stream who is interested, do pay attention to this bit, because I can already tell this is going to be good.
So after Nye has picked some of the bones clean from the rabbits, he takes the bones, he puts them in one of the pots, or in a larger pot, and he puts some water in there. And he just starts boiling it, and just boils it. And while that's cooking, he takes he starts cutting up his vegetables that he picked up, and begins to season the rabbit, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and lets that sit for a little bit. Then
I like to think people making notes.
Then after he's chopped his potatoes, he puts those in a pot with just a touch of water, enough to cover the top, and then proceeds to take some of. Did she get carrots or no?
She only found some potatoes. Would you like to have a look around, see if there's anything in the kitchen
Yes,
that you can make
please.
use of? Let's have a quick
Yes,
little
please.
perception from you, see if you can spot anything to hand that you think won't get noticed. Yeah, that's you can
with-
you find some stuff in a quick little ask around. You get permission to raid some of the pantry.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you for some ingredients, and you tell me if I got it. So carrots,
Okay.
yes.
Yep, carrots are fine.
Garlic.
Not really. No. It's a little. That's a, you know, they don't. This is quite a basic tavern. They don't really go seasoning their food in that sort of way. Not
About a
that
little bit
heavily.
of cider.
Yeah, there'll be cider. It's a tavern.
Well, I mean like cider vinegar, like some cider
yeah.
that's kind of gone a little south.
Actually. Yeah, there is one. There's a like the last bits of a small cask of a like a craft cider that's available. So yeah, you've got some cider that's starting to turn.
Okay, so Nye takes the Nye takes the carrots, and after he's skinned them and chopped them long ways, not into cubes, but in kind of like nice little spears, puts those in a pan with butter, if they have some.
They've run out at the moment. They do normally have some. 'Cause you remember seeing it as part of the like the stuff that comes out in the morning stuff.
Any
But
sort
they're currently
fat.
out.
Ooh, wait. Actually, no, that's fine. So Nye takes the carrots, puts them in the pan, starts cooking them at a pretty decent temperature, just to give them a nice little sear, make them nice and crispy and caramelized. And he sets those to the side, gets another pot, puts that down, and with his rabbit stock that he's made, takes a couple ladlefuls, puts that in there, takes some of his slightly overripened blackberries, and puts that in the pot and lets that reduce and boil down until it's kind of a syrupy consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Then he turns his attention to the rabbit, which he puts... Now I am actually going to need something that's going to grease the pan quite a bit, otherwise it's going to stick and burn.
So
Any type of cooking
well, these
oil.
at this point, Cecilia has come down because she spends some time with Ion, but she's taken a bit of a spitting it like a true adventurer. Cecilia's come down for it because she's taken a bit of an interest in this, and she's got her clothes are looking a little bit dishevelled, but she's clearly feeling rather happy with herself. She originally came down just like to get a bit of something to drink, but she's taken an interest in what's going on with it, and she offers to help out a little bit.
Actually,
and
I've got an idea.
Well, she goes and she grabs some of the some of the fat from the bacon that was being cooked.
I was gonna
earlier in the
say,
day.
do they have like bacon or something?
Yeah.
Because I saw the pig on that picture that you had. So. But yeah, bacon fat works.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Bacon
they got
fat
yeah,
works.
they got some. She grabs some of the bacon fat for you.
Okay. So he starts cooking
Says they would normally use that for basting stuff anyway.
Okay. Actually, before he starts working on the rabbits, he takes the potatoes, he drains them, puts those back in the pot, and I guess he finds some way to mash them. Oh, he goes up and he borrows Ion's mace, Gertrude, and after he scrubs the hell out of that thing, like, he polishes it to the point where you can see your reflection in it.
Oh god! You're using Gertrude, a war mace to mash potatoes.
Do they have a masher here?
Yeah, there is a masher available.
Okay, then I'll use that first. I was just trying to think of, well, I don't want to keep using all of their stuff.
Well, it's like a meat tenderizer, that sort of thing for it. But she just shrugs and says, "We got this."
That's perfect. So Nye mashes the potatoes. They don't have cream, do they?
No.
Yeah. Okay, he takes a little bit of the stock, he puts that in with the mashed potatoes, as well as a little bit of bacon fat.
She does say there's a little bit of milk left. There's a little bit of milk left.
Well, yeah, cream, milk, some liquid dairy.
Yeah, and so she hands you a jug with a bit of milk in it. She
Okay.
gives it a sniff. It seems fine.
Okay. He adds that to it until they're really nice and soft, and there's some chunks to give you something to chew on, so that way you're not just eating potato pudding. Going for something that's going to hold up and not just kind of stink on the sides of the plate like soup.
Okay.
And he puts that over to the side. He checks his carrots again, flips them, making sure that they're nice and even with their caramelizing. And then he takes those off and just puts them to the side. Tells him not to worry about it. Or tells himself, don't touch those, don't move them, just fuck off with those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cecilia shrugs and just like carries on watching what you're doing with everything else.
Okay. Then, as he grabs the rabbit, he puts it in the pan after he's put the bacon fat down. He waits for it to... sizzle isn't really quite the word. The fat. He waits for it to start to kind of
Like spitting
crackle.
a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. It crackles. Before he puts the rabbit in. And he watches it, you make sure that it's done and it's it's come together quite nicely, and or it's cooked properly.
Cooked properly isn't one of those like isn't the sort of thing where it's too pink in the middle because of the gamey meat. You don't want it to be too pink, do you?
No, yeah, no. I think isn't it like medium or something? I think for rabbit,
Yeah.
maybe medium well. But so he takes that all out, or he takes off the bit of the rabbit, or the rabbit out of the pan, and he takes that fat and he pours all of that stuff, even the brown bits that stuck to the pan, pours that into his little syrup that he's got,
Mm-hmm.
and he mixes it all together, makes sure that it's nice and cohesive and it's a wonderful emulsion. Then, as he gets the plate set up, he puts his mashed potatoes down in a nice, not mound or pile, but a good dollop of it to where there's a decent footing, so to speak. Then he lays his rabbit legs down with the legs kind of crossing. Yeah, that sounds right. Then he takes the carrots and he lays those right next to it. Takes the sauce, he drizzles a little bit on the rabbit, and then does like a slight little line on the plate. And
This is why you have professionals in your games. It's always entertaining.
yes. And then he takes it outside and he asks everybody, "All right, so, what do you guys think? Think
So-
this might actually win?"
Vivian and Jacob are there. Maeve is not.
Can I just burst in halfway through?
See how quickly would you have got home? Because obviously you would have been taking some time to cook this. This isn't the sort of
Yeah,
thing you
the
get thrown
stock
together in
would have
10
taken at
minutes,
least-
is it?
Stock would have taken at least 3 hours alone to make.
Yeah. So Harry, Maeve is there as well. You can have been there for not like bursting. You can have been there for like half an hour or so. You sat down and have yourself. You've got the sack of elk meat. So you may. Yeah. So you're coming
I love
in
it.
as
I just
he's
love the
coming out of the
idea.
kitchen.
I just sit down with the party and I'm like, oh, so where's Nine? They're like, oh, I'll be along in a minute. I'm like, oh, cool. Just leave all my stuff on the table.
Well, I mean, I didn't say I wasn't going to use it if you got it. It's just I'm not going to use it for the current thing.
Okay,
To
so
be fair.
party. We have Vivian, Jacob, and Maeve are all here. Even Ion comes down at the smell of this wonderful food. Hi, guys.
You okay, Ion? You sound like you've got a cold.
I'm just really tired, okay?
Yeah, just
It'll be fine.
I'm a bit worn out. I'm doing my best to do justice to Lara's voice for Ion.
Oh, God. It is
dear.
amazing.
Yeah, just a quick on this one, Jay. What we do is we've got a very few house rules we have, but one of those is Hollywood Rule of Cool, which is basically means the more engaged you are with it, the more you can sell me on an idea, the easier that I'll make it be. Generally speaking, it's just the idea is that it promotes involvement. You know, it gets people more involved with what's going on. So. Yeah, we've got someone who's a professional chef entering a cooking competition that just happens to be available as part of their downtime stuff.
Actually, the
It's,
sad thing is I'm not even a chef. I'm a baker, and I'm not even, like, the highest level of baker.
Isn't
So-
being a baker is in order to become a chef? Then you have to like go through all the various different schools of it, and isn't bakery one of the more important ones of it?
No.
No, okay, fair enough.
I know chefs that can't bake worth a shit.
That's proud. My mistake. But yeah, this does sound really good. And I have given you a modifier for the cooking competition because I don't forget the cooking competition bit for it because we've got the 3 different groups.
Yeah.
I'll probably get you to roll a dice. I'll make a note of what your result is, and then at the end of it, because the other parties may have it taken part in it as well, so it may end up being like a very gentle version of PvP in a way, because you would literally be player versus player. It's in the very specifics of the words. But yeah, so you got that. So yes, party. There is that wonderful little meal has been put before you. Maid is there with a slightly dripping sack.
Lovely.
Mate, do you want me to take that sack? before you
Yes,
start eating those?
I got you what you asked for. So, here is your elk cake, meat. Sorry, and I just
Okay.
hand him a bloody bag. Juices
Oh,
running
well,
over the
before we go
table.
too much further on that, by the way, Harry,
Yes.
you should be quite glad that you didn't have the opportunity to get back to town earlier and go asking around for dogwood, because dogwood is not used in cooking.
No.
The sap of the dogwood tree is highly toxic, and it's generally dogwood itself is only really used for very few things, including some like old medieval type of ideas that didn't really work regarding healing. But it does still occasionally get used. The bark does get used, crushed up, and added to a form of tobacco as a way of celebrating the New Year. In Native American,
Oh, boy.
several Native American cultures.
Those are my ancestors. Cool. All right, so I take the bag from Maeve and I take it to the back, and as I'm walking back, I look at the owner and I say, "You wouldn't happen to have like a cold room, would you? Like cellar, something similar to that?"
Oh, we got a larder. You probably don't want to put anything down in the cellar. It's kind of a little. It's where all the barrels are put. It's a little bit dusty down there. You probably don't want to be putting food down there. We don't put food down there. We only have the casks. The casks and the bottles down there.
Do you have an empty cask? I have another idea.
I might do. Normally they get we might have a couple there. We just had a pickup. Let me go and check.
About how much meat did Maeve get?
He got approximately a third of a regular size elk butchered. In terms of like, there's 2 large flanks, and 2 haunches. So it was a big old sack that he was bringing back. It's not like, oh, just carrying a sack. It's like over the shoulder sort of sack.
So it'd be what, about 50, 60 pounds of meat, if that?
Probably about 40, 45.
All right, that works. That works. I got an idea. I got another idea.
I'd also like to say, I found these duck eggs. I don't know if they would help you at all.
Yes, they will. And I grab them with my other hand and I just start walking back to the kitchen. It's just
Cool. You
Fuck
now
off.
have 10 goose eggs and 4 duck eggs.
So Fosco disappears for a few minutes after signaling Cecilia to come and man the bar, and after a few minutes he comes back up with it's very similar to the barrel, the cider barrel that was there, but a little bit larger. He's basically just like tucked under his arm, and he meets you out in the kitchen. He pops it down onto one of the works upstairs. Says, "Hey, this one were the ones that were being collected in the morning."
just so you know, you might not want to use this for much else except for what I'm about to use it for, but it might give you some good customer retention and or maybe you some new customers. So just bear with me, and I apologize for what I'm about to do. And I take the meat and and after I've cut it up, I just dump it all in the barrel.
Yeah, wait, what? They come from the brewery. They're not my barrels.
You didn't fucking say that, no, did you?
Well, you didn't tell what you were gonna do. It'll be fine. He'll just charge me for it if I can. What? You said you might be giving me new business. I'm not gonna say no to new business. Come on, carry on.
Cool. And I go through the kitchen. I start grabbing whatever spices they do have. If you can give me kind of a general idea of what they
It's going to be a lot of the more common things. So there's going to be, obviously you're going to have salt and pepper on there. They've got like things like coriander, sage, parsley, like your standard non-fancy herbs. So you're not going to find turmeric or cumin in it. But yeah, you'll find dill, and you actually find like celery leaves and that sort of stuff as well. So
okay, so Nye takes all of that and says, "Do you have any wine wine and/or any other type of alcohol that you will not sell to people because of various reasons. Either it's terrible tasting wise, or you just
there
don't want to give it to them.
there was that blueberry stuff that guy came up with the other day. Yeah, no one seemed to really buy that one. It disappears and he comes back with a couple of sort of like stoneware bottles.
Okay.
Who's snoring?
You might be.
Mike.
Who's snoring?
I'm breathing.
Sound
Oh,
like
God.
someone's snoring.
Okay.
Did you
God.
move your microphone again?
No,
Huh.
I'll move it away. No.
All right.
Right,
So,
so you got a couple stoneware bottles of not particularly nice blueberry wine. You can sample it if you'd like and confirm that it is indeed not very nice.
Okay.
It's
Well,
far
before I
too
decide
it's
to
far
take-
too sweet.
Before I take a sip, I smell it. What do I smell?
You smell alcoholic blueberry wine. It smells very strongly of blueberries, but it is you can already tell it's going to be like teeth achingly sweet.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was going more for like, does it smell like the barrel it was aged in? Does it have any sort of other?
No, it appears to
No,
have
what
actually
spices?
been. It appears that it was just brewed, allowed to ferment, but the most of the fermentation process seems to have gone on inside the stoneware bottles. I don't know how
Okay.
much you know about the brewing processes and stuff,
Yeah.
but it is
No.
is a way that things can be done for it is earthenware, I believe is the actual term for it.
Okay. So I look at the owner and I say, all right, so you're gonna follow what I do, so you know exactly how to make this again. You understand?
All right, okay. Bear me a minute then. He gets out a like a little chalkboard. When the ones where they use for advertising the new ales that may be coming in for it. He gets one of those and a piece of chalk, wipes it off. He's like, right, okay, go on then. He
All right,
pays
so
close attention.
Nye takes the bottles of the blueberry wine, pours them into a pot, and then he says, all right, now this part is where it's gonna get a little bit weird. And
Oh, this is where it gets weird. Good, I was wondering.
Yeah, it'll work. Trust me. So Nye goes, where would the nearest, I guess, where can I get some salt water that's not gonna have me running 30 some miles out of my way? Like, does the river that runs through town, is that?
No, the river's not saltwater, but the there is that what's it called
Big
now?
ocean?
The fucking sea.
No, I was just wondering if maybe there was like some other high salinity water somewhere. I was just asking a general question.
Nothing,
No need to be
nothing,
rude.
no, nothing to hand, nothing I can think of. We're a seaside city, and people, you're asking where salt water is. It's fucking out there.
But you have oodles of money outside just waiting there on the sea too. Have you not heard of sea salt?
What?
At this point, could I just duck my head in the door and say, is there anything else I can get for you, Nye?
No, we're good, thank you. Oh wait, actually no.
I'm gonna send him down to the waterfront.
Yeah. I grab one of the bottles and say, all right, now I need you to fill this bottle up with the water out in the sea. Don't go swimming in the sea.
Okay.
But I just need you to get this bottle full of seawater. You
and
understand?
this makes a square on the dogwood, right?
What dogwood?
The spicy tree.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
And I hand him the bottle. And,
Yeah, I'm gone.
yeah, I let him run off.
Right. Okay. So it will take you about. We'll quickly cut to.
I'm
We'll
not
quickly
gonna
cut
get attacked by a
to
giant fucking lobster or something. Come on.
No, so you're going to go down to the waterfront, right? So you're down at the waterfront. It's a port. There are some piers and jetties and that go out to over the water for the boats and stuff. How do you want to approach the idea of getting hold of some seawater?
I'm pretty much. what sort of container have I got? Is it just like a
You've
bucket?
got you've got an earthenware bottle. Basically, imagine a bottle that's basically made out of essentially they're made out of clay.
Okay, is there no way that I can easily get down to the waterfront? Is this kind of like
Yeah,
a
no, yeah,
harbour?
yeah. No, I'll say you can go down to where they've got the because the size of the harbour and the depth of the harbour, they can't get the really big boats in, so they have like little I think they're called sculls that go out to and from the ships taking cargo. So there is some like low down to the water jetties that enable them to do that. So
Yeah.
you can easily get down to a point. And there's even people like fishing off the end of the piers every now and then.
Yeah, just sort of lie down on the deck and sort of dangle my arm over the side and scoop up some water.
Okay, right, fair enough. I just wanted to see exactly how Maeve was going to approach this to see whether or not she basically was going to drown. No, yeah, so yeah, you can do that. So all in all, back and forth, there and back again. A paladin's tale to the harbour front. It'll be about 45 minutes or so for you to get there and back. So yes, whilst he's doing that, Nye, would you like to continue with what you're doing?
I'm explaining to the owner of the bar why I want salt water, and I tell him it's because, or you want the saltiness of the seawater to counteract that sickly sweet taste from the wine.
Right? Why
Because we're
don't
going
we
to use
just
that to,
why don't we just add a bunch of salt then?
because you don't want just all of that wine there. We're going to use something to kind of thin it out, make it a little more palatable, so to speak, and also kind of increase the volume of liquid that we're going to be putting into the cask, because what we're essentially going to do is soak that meat in this blueberry brine, so to speak, with the herbs and spices that you have.
Right. Okay. And he makes his notes on the chalkboard.
All right, so I start I start heating up the wine and cooking it a little bit to heat it up, so that way when I pour it into the barrel.
After about 45 minutes, Maeve returns with bottle in hand.
I grab it and say, "All right, thank you. Go wait outside and try that food, please. I need judgment now."
Okay, so whilst you're doing that bit of cooking, Jacob, Vivian, Maeve, well, you heard the food that's been put in front of you. What are we thinking? Because it's actually made me a little bit hungry. Not gonna lie.
It's impressive.
Very.
How big of a boost do you reckon I should give him in the cooking competition?
Well, if it doesn't come first place, it's a free cooking lesson.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fair. So, is there anything you guys would like to talk about as well while doing this? I just don't want to have you guys basically just being like doing nothing for a chunk of the session. I just want you guys involved and stuff as well. Is there anything? Have you got any plans of things you would like to do? Because this is definitely the a lot later on the Friday night. Is there anything you guys are planning to do for the weekend? I know Jacob had the plan of wanting to go and do the tax collecting to earn a bit of money. Is you like to discuss this as plans for it, or have you guys got anything you want to do particularly early, particularly late?
Not massively. Don't know what else to do apart from that. I've done pretty much everything I want to do in town.
Babe?
I'm not too sure. I might join Jacob on his tax collecting thing, give him a hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pooped. It's been a long day.
Well, the tax collecting isn't now. It's the
Yeah,
next
no, that's
tomorrow.
yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay, so is that
Nate
the
isn't
plan you
doing
guys are going to
anything.
be? So you guys are thinking about doing the tax collecting in the morning, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just going to make a note of that here in case I forget for next time. Okay, so now if you want to carry on then.
What now? What?
Uh,
Oh no, I like space for a second. I'm
so
sorry,
do,
what
do, do you want to carry on? Was there more to carry on with this?
Yeah, so what Nye does is he takes the bottle of salt water, and he doesn't add all of it in at once, because he doesn't want to make it too salty and just
So he's
kill
gonna
everything in there.
go through, test it, and everything for it.
Yeah, he's gonna add like maybe 2 or 3 glugs at a time, and then
Okay,
taste
okay.
it until it's not overly salty, but it's definitely not something you wouldn't really want to drink
Okay.
just straight up.
So then once you've got this at your right consistency and flavour profile, and that is going to be going in the barrel with the stuff. So
Yes.
is this
So
basically you like finding a way to cure this elk meat then basically?
Cure
way.
it and also just give it something more than just salt flavor. Because the wine should help penetrate the meat and soften it as well, depending on how tough it is. Because it's going to be highly acidic because it's wine. And acids do really well with meat. It helps break down some of the connective tissue and makes it so it's a little softer and much nicer to chew. Let's put it
Yes.
that way.
Right. How long is this stuff going to need before I can actually start serving it to people?
Well, we could try some in the morning, but 24 to 36 hours would be best.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll make a note of that in this then, and he continues scribbling his notes on the bit, and he asks, "Is that now? Do we seal it up now?"
Yes, we seal it up and we put it someplace where nobody's going to bother it. Nobody's going to start.
Right. Well,
fiddling
it's
with
only
it,
me and
fixing
Cecilia working here, so it'll be fine. I'll sort this out. And he basically he seal this. So you seal the barrel up between you, and he pops it in to one side in the kitchen, so it's like it's in a corner out of the way, and he puts the bit of chalkboard stuff with it as well.
Okay.
So that's all we put to one side. Right. Well, thank you for that.
Oh, and I also tell him, now you should be able to use this maybe 2 or 3 times before you have to remake it. So it's not like you're going to have to constantly spend money
Also, and just
every
put
day just to...
just top it up with more meat. Put more meat into it. Give it another day.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. Okie dokie then. Right. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't really. I say we don't really charge you for your stay here because of the agreement that we have with the Silver Talons. So I don't really know if any way I can repay you for this.
Actually, it's fine. Don't worry about it. This was honestly just a task to get the paladin kind of out of my hair
Alright.
for a little bit. So
Fair enough then. If that's
You're good.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, with that and that, I've made some notes on how this is going to affect the cooking competition which is coming up. So yay numbers and math and stuff. Does anyone have anything they plan on doing tonight, or do you guys want to do some carousing, or indeed not do carousing? Do you want to just generally have a nice quiet evening, or would you like to risk it on the dice?
No.
Quiet evening.
Quiet.
Why are you all having quiet evening?
Nice
last
So
pirate.
I know what it means.
Because last time I woke up in a thong in a weird bar.
Yeah, Nye goes upstairs, starts reading his book, and tries his hand again with the
Oh
rules.
yes, you got the yeah. So give us 2 animal handling rolls, just 2, not basically one per wolf pup on this.
Yeah. Which he also takes a little bit of that elk meat back
Okay.
upstairs to give to him.
Okay, cool. See
So-
what you get.
I'm back in 2-6.
I did.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, it seems that you've the smell of the breweries and that is still on you a little bit,
Yeah.
and they're not interested.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So Vivian's having a quiet night.
Yep.
Nye's having a night in with the puppies.
And also reading that book
Read the
that I
book as
got
well.
from the very nice librarian.
Jacob is just said be right back. What's Harry doing? What's Maeve doing, I should say, this evening?
Apologizing for the killing of an elk.
Well, you didn't kill it, So
How and who is he apologising for the killing of an elk?
I'm just praying, but it was my fault that elk's dead.
You're gonna go and have a pray.
I've got-
Okay, dokie.
I've got to live with that.
Okay, give us a religion roll. Just for my own personal entertainment more than anything else.
Nope, not even.
Oh.
Religion's one of the things I'm actually like semi good at.
So
Fucking
you're in your room having a little pray and like, oh, woe is me with it's so terrible that that animal that was there, and from the herd, the animal that is probably going to be hunted in the morning anyway got hunted and killed. It's so dreadful. You feel like you may be praying for no real reason. But yes, you can have a nice quiet evening if you would like to. Mike, are you back? I think Mike said that Jacob was going to do a quiet evening as well, so this is your
yeah,
Friday.
because last time we wound up in a thong in some bar.
Yeah, what's
Nearly
wrong with
said,
that?
huh?
What's wrong with that? You had a bit of money as well.
Sure.
Admittedly, it was only
Wasn't
2
he the one that had
coppers.
it like kind of clanking around in his underwear?
Yeah. There's only a couple of coppers, but you know.
Oh, we gotta boil those coins.
How are we doing for time? It is 25 past 10. Do you guys want to... Because we normally would go for about another half an hour. Do you want to stop now before we get too deep into anything too serious? Or do you want to continue?
I'm good with whatever.
Yeah, I've got no. I've got no aversion
Yeah.
to staying up late.
Cool, carry on. So we'll carry on for a little bit longer then. Right, okay, so then you have your Saturday morning. Is anyone going to be particularly deciding they're going to be waking up early on the Saturday morning, or are you guys going to be having a lie-in?
I'm gonna wake up early.
You'll be up early. Okay. So today is the Saturday. So you do remember that today is a day when the cooking competition is going to be being held. The cooking competition is slated to be starting at 10 a.m. and it's going to go through till 2 p.m. Basically that is the window of it happening. So you guys have got some time in the early morning if you want to use it.
Well, Knife spent most of his night reading that book so he could bring it back to the lady like you said he would.
Okay, so you're
And
going to
he waits for the library to open.
You're going to head to the library. Okay. So the library does open up at 8 o'clock on the Saturday. It opens up. It's 8 till 7 every day. So it goes through that.
You said it opened later on Saturdays. 'Cause that's what you told me last week.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So it's 8 till 7 Monday, Friday, and then it's there's 9 till 9 till 4, I think, was it? Or 10 till 4? No, 10 till 4. Yeah, so yeah, there's going to be. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so yeah, but there's the book return deposit thing.
But he wants to wait until it's open.
He wants to wait until
nudge.
He wants to wait until it's open. Okay, well he's going to be. He may end up missing the start of the competition then.
Really? I thought you
'cause
said
the
early afternoon. Wouldn't that be like 1 or 2?
No, the competition starts at 10 a.m. and finishes at 2 p.m.
Oh, then he waits until after the cooking
You're
competition.
gonna wait until after the cooking competition. Okay, you can do
Can he try his hand again with the wolves
that.
in the morning?
Yes, once with each.
And I get my thing taken away, right? My
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's completely gone now. Yeah, I'll do that on your sheet for you.
Yay!
I would like to. I'd like to get up early and surprise Vivian with, like, food.
What?
Thank you.
So, Vivian, I spoke to what's the wizard's name?
Jacob's gonna get me in trouble while he's AFK, isn't he?
Jacob. Jacob, I spoke to him yesterday, and he said that I owe him a debt. I've paid my debt tonight, and yet I still feel that I owe a debt to you. So this is just to apologize for my conduct so far. And if there's anything that I can help you with, please do let me know. It would ease my conscience very, very greatly.
Thank you. And
Sounds like Mike just got back.
No, thank you. And I just wander off.
Okay, so Vivian's had someone bluster into her room with breakfast in bed. Let's say it's I was probably would have been about like 6 in the morning, I imagine, knowing Maeve.
Yeah.
Would Vivian have been
it was
awake then?
early.
Would Vivian have been awake then?
No, he would have woken her up. So I'm a bit groggy and sleepy.
You've been woken up with the standard breakfast you guys get of the bacon, scrambled eggs, the nice crusty bread.
So I would happily eat the food while a little bit sleepy before getting myself ready to get up and go downstairs.
Someone's got a really, really good mic because I can hear the tapping of an iPhone.
to sit and wait for Jacob.
Okay. How early is Jacob going to be getting up?
Pretty early because he knows he's got to be up early to do the.
You want to go do the
tax
tax
collecting.
thing? Okay, so you're going to be up probably would you be up at 6 in the morning? Would it be up that early?
Probably. He's used to getting up early with the Major's Guild.
Yeah, so you probably wouldn't. You may let's say you guys, but you're meeting each other at that sort of time in the like the 6:30 sort of time down in the common room of the tavern. What would Maeve have done after having deposited a breakfast?
See, I told you he stalks me. He just comes barging into my rooms.
Who else is there? The wizard.
Jacob.
Jake, the wizard
Oh,
who's not a
wizard.
wizard, he's a sorcerer.
Wizard.
Jackal, it's a jackal. Jackal?
I know you said something about tax collecting, which sounded dreadful, but is there anything else I can do for you today?
Tax
No.
collecting.
No. You're not in my debt. Do not worry about it.
Hey, I got a free breakfast out of it.
I mean, to be fair, the breakfast is included as part of your room and board
Okay,
anyway.
I got breakfast in bed. Because of it.
You owe me
So-
nothing. Do not worry about it.
So
Yeah,
the thing
are
we've got
you-
in mind here.
Are you sure, wizard? It's just I've been so mean to everyone.
No, mostly just me.
Shut up, Ranger.
You've not wronged or slighted me. You have nothing to apologise for.
Well, thank you. Can I cross you off the list?
Of course.
Thank you. I pull out a list, and you can see that Nye's already crossed off.
Just says wizard and man in
Yeah,
black cape.
it says wizard, woman, black cape.
Man with tail.
Yeah, and then it's Screechy Man. Just
Oh, that seems really unfair.
and also church at the bottom, but it's spelt wrong.
Of
Wait,
course
what's
it is.
really unfair?
So just calling him Screechy Man. It's so unfair.
But bottom of the list is church, like spelt moronically. But no, that's on my list.
Spelled trutch.
Trutch.
Just
Yeah.
about crotch. Oh, he's just written crotch. I wanted to have just written crotch instead of church.
Sorry,
Oh.
crotch.
That awkward moment where a man of religion is apologising to his crotch. Anyway, who was planning on doing the tavern or spending a day doing the tax collecting?
Me and Vivian.
You and Vivian are going to go around. Okay. So,
Yes, Nye wants to join in, but he hasn't spoken or anything. So
well, Nye's already
No.
gone because he's gone to.
cooking. Yeah.
Well, no, he's not. He wouldn't have gone yet because it's you guys are up quite early. I don't. And Nye was still in his room.
Now, can I bring my stock that I made? The rabbit stock? Or do I have to make that there?
Oh no, yeah, you can take it with you because the only thing it says in there is that you must submit to magical scrutiny. So anything that's
Okay,
being
cool.
that is being brought along is going to be being examined as a part of it, and making sure that it's not that everything is on the up and up.
Okay. Then I guess after I try my hand with the pups again, I start walking down to the market to see if I can grab some more less than perfect berries.
Okay. And
So, 2 animal handling rolls, I'm guessing.
you've done them already. No, you haven't.
Well,
Oh, sorry, no,
that's-
yeah, no, that's what. Yeah, sorry, yes. So, yeah, sorry. I'd look at this. My eyes just snapped onto that bit and said that they're there. But yes, so do your 2 animal handling rolls.
Fuck. Yay!
So one of them is warming to you a bit more than the other. One of them is just doesn't really seem to care for you at the moment. And after about an hour or so, going around the market looking for the people who do sell all the berries and that, you do manage to find some stuff that is suitable for your needs. So you got that. Jacob and Vivian, you head out to the Lord's Manor because as is put in the information there to report to the Lord's Manor, and as you present yourselves for the task at hand to the head tax collector, the main government official of this, who is a gentleman named Garveth Joneson. Garveth Joneson. He's got like a Pince Noir sort of like glasses, the ones without arms that are just like you hold in place, and he's always going through his books. Yeah, and he's at his desk going through his books when you're ushered into his office.
Okie dokie.
So, I mean, there's not. That's. Psst! Talk to him.
Hello.
Morning. How can I help? He doesn't look up. He's scribbling through his notes.
We're here to inquire about the job for the tax collecting.
Pay is 25 gold per day. Fill out one of the forms on my desk just over there. Leave 25 gold coins of your own as collateral in case you do not make the cut or do not come back in one piece.
Okay.
Jesus.
Fill out the form. Do as he says. To make sure I have 25. Yes, I do. Okay.
Yeah, so as you go through the document, it makes it clear that the 25 gold is there. Basically, if you do not can actually succeed in the task, if for any reason, such as you don't bring back the amount that is expected or anything like that, then you may forfeit some or all of your collateral.
Okay.
And so after you fill in the paperwork, he is working together or going separately.
Which would you prefer, Vivian?
I'm happy to go together.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Together.
Single route, and he hands out a bit of paper. He goes like, "You'll be working along the market district. These are the people you need to go and speak with, and here's the map of the locations. Mark them there as well. If you are expected to be back by 5 p.m., if you are back late, then your pay may be docked."
Okay.
Okay, so you'll be spending your day heading out and about doing that sort of stuff. This is going to involve things like persuasion rolls and stuff, and you may potentially end up getting in a scrap.
Whee.
There's always that risk if someone doesn't want to pay. This is like a government version of racketeering, to be perfectly honest. It's the way they go about it, at least. It's like almost like a government version of a mafia protection ring.
Ah, I see.
In terms of the way that you go around doing it, it is genuinely that you are going around collecting the taxes. That is genuinely what it is. It's just that it's a particularly busy time and they're having to call in extra help for it.
Okay.
But there is an expectation that you will be on the up and up yourself, as well. You're working for the government, and they can fuck you up if you make anything horrible for them.
I love that. It's just, hey, the government's gonna fuck you over if you fuck us.
Hey, it basically boils down to that.
You fuck me, I fuck you.
So there is basically what we're going to do is going to break this down into
Hello, Connor.
Essentially it would be that you'd be going around there and there will be a number of places you go to. So what we'll do is we'll break this down into a series of persuasion rolls. Now I've got a list of places in my head that you're going to be going to, as well as actually having written some down, because I do occasionally prepare things properly. Doesn't happen often, I know. And to compare two bits of paper together, because I've got the places written down on one bit, but of course I need your results written down somewhere else.
Well, you got 2 fancy notebooks for your
I
birthday.
do, but I don't want to use one of them because
Why?
I don't want to use one of them for this. I want to use one of them for actually like for the proper D&D stuff, and one of them is going to be a notebook that I'll use for other stuff, because that's the one that says couple that rolls together stays together.
Oh, the cute one.
Yeah, so this one, so just break stream for a second. These are things that my darling beloved got me for my birthday, of a couple of notepads. One is just says roll initiative, which is that's the one that I'm actually using as the DM one, and the one that's a little bit cuter, which is couples who roll together stay together. That one is being kept for other things for now, at least. Anyway, I don't see a need to run both the books at the same time. That feels wasteful.
Fair enough. I was just asking.
That's all. Also, this one on the inside of it says DM's Notebook of Doom. So it seemed like this would be the one that would be most important to use for ruining your guys' lives. I mean, for tracking the game.
Oh, and the ETNL sticker.
Yes, it does have the ETNL sticker as well. Back to where it was before. Okay. So
I can be thoughtful sometimes.
the first place you go to is basically the map is broken down into several like sub districts of the market area. I'm just going to change on this thing here. And for those of you who have played around with Neverwinter City and stuff before, yes, I know that I've butchered it, but I'm using it differently for my purposes, and this isn't particularly the best map to use for it because it's covered in ruins, but it just gives an idea of a layout of the city. So you guys are active in this area around here. This is the area you're working through, the market area, or the trade district.
Yeah.
And so basically you can kind of see where a lot of the areas are going to be being broken up into. So if I just quickly just freehand some stuff over it. So you saw like you've got an area along there, you've got an area that's along here. You can see where a lot of the breaks are.
Yep.
So as you're going around a lot of these places, let's just work out a few more of these, shall we? Seems like a smart thing to do.
Seems fair.
Yeah, there we go. So how many places is total is this? It's 1, 2, actually split that one in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 locations you're going to go into. So there's a diddly-diddly-dee round like that. Okie dokie. So, who would like to lead your little duo of tax collecting doom?
Would you like to take the lead with him?
Okay. Why not?
Ladies first and all those things.
Okie dokie. So, the first area you go to is it's not a particularly massively well-off sort of area. This is like a bunch of low traffic shops. Just a handful of very low traffic shops. So it's just like little places. And there's it's just mostly just like a few elderly people. And they are actually ready and waiting with it. They know what today was. They had their stuff ready and waiting, and you make your introductions and show them the little the little letter that you were handed to be your introduction for it. You show them your credentials, and they hand over the amount that was expected on your paperwork. So they do hand over their full amount. So there's no issue on that one.
Lovely. Are you going to cross off the areas as we go to them so we know
Yeah.
what bits we've done?
Yep. So I'll do is I'll change the colour on this as well. Hey Panda, how you been? There you go. So done that area. And your second area is a large area of a bunch of very very boisterous. Oh, that sounds bad. Yeah, you're not allowed to die. Yeah, so it's because you're not. That's why. I was thinking about messaging you earlier today, actually, seeing if you're okay, because I haven't heard from you for a while. Alright, so yeah, second area is a bunch of very boisterous market traders. They all know each other quite well. It's like a little union thing going on for them there. They see you coming, and the leader of them waves you over. He goes, right, here for your cash, yeah?
Yep.
Unfortunately so.
Alright, well, I suppose it's got to be sorted out then. Right, well, there you go. There's your bag of it, and he hands you over a bag, and it feels a little bit light.
Check it against the sheet and see what we're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it seems like they've given you about 75% of what is requested.
Okay. So I would kindly say to him that unfortunately he seems a bit light. Was there any issues or anything for why it's light, or is he just trying to get away with it?
Give me an insight roll.
Oh dear.
What, my darling, I'm afraid, what can I say? All of us here, my companions and I, we have not been making quite the business that we thought we would. We do not have the full amount of trade as we thought we had. This is as much as we can give.
Well, can you put anything up for collateral, like any of your goods?
What? No, the taxman doesn't accept the goods, I'm afraid. He always wants the money. The only thing he accepts is the money. The only thing we can say is swear here. My friends, my colleagues and I, we all swear, hand on heart, we can swear to make up the difference in the next month's pay.
Unfortunately, that's not good enough, though.
I'm afraid that's all I can do, my dear.
I don't know what else to say. By exactly how much is he short?
So the total amount you was expecting from this area, this collection of stalls, total amount you're expecting for this month would have been 125 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got oh god, what did I say? So 75%. So
100, roughly.
Yeah. Why did I do such awkward maths? Why would I do such awkward maths to myself? Why did I do that?
Quick maths.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Say there's there's 100 gold in there.
okay, can I turn to Jacob and ask him what he thinks we should do?
When he was speaking, would I have been able to sort of tell if he was
Oh,
hoodwinking?
go on. You
or-
can do an insight check as well.
No.
No. No, you're both convinced that he is indeed he has told no word of a lie.
Okay. I mean, they're not going to let us get away with taking less than the full amount. As he says, they won't accept collateral. So we may have to just pressure him into trying to borrow it or find it, because it's not our problem if he can't pay it.
Well, could we not take collateral and then try and sell it elsewhere?
We could, but this is the market district. If he can't sell it, what luck are we going to have?
Yeah, but there might be someone a bit further on that we could sell it to.
But then if the guards or whatever report back to the town hall that we've been taking goods from one of the vendors, then they may be a bit funny about it.
If you want to try and pressure him into finding the money,
Can I try and persuade him
You can try and persuade him if you would like to.
or
yeah.
intimidate him?
Your choice.
I'll try and intimidate. Yeah. Okay. Just sort of say we have no choice. You will have to come up with me one way or the other.
How are you liking to intimidate him?
Just let's say, just sort of go up to him and say, unfortunately, my friend, there is the matter of the rest of the gold that is missing, and it is not our problem if you cannot make that payment. You will have to try and-
all right. Fucking hell. Okay, fair enough. There you go. And he pulls out another smaller pouch and hands it over to you. And he's like, there we go. Fucking Jesus Christ. Don't talk to that guy in the fucking harbour. You know, cutting his throat all the time. Jesus. Right. Yeah, now going off on your way then, bastards.
Cool. Next.
Okie
I'm guessing that was roughly the other 25 gold.
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
bag.
yeah. You're up to full amount on that one. Okay, your next area. Who would like to approach? This is an area that is it's predominantly weapon stalls.
did you want to have a try, Jacob?
Oh, I can give it a go.
Shades of Grey is a tattoo parlor.
Okay.
So yeah, just Panda just asking if Shades of Grey is a red light district. It's not. It's a tattoo parlor, and it's fine.
that I can see where he would get that idea. That would
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's This area is it's a lot of weapon stalls. There don't seem to be any actual smithies around. It looks like it's just a place where a lot of the local smithies, they have their stalls set up off to one side. So like the smithies where they don't sell out of their shop. So yeah.
Okay. Sort of do the normal thing. I've asked them for the.
Yeah, so you can have a bit of a walk around this area.
Yeah.
And everyone is ready with this. They all know the drill. They just hand over the money without any issue at all.
Cool. Lovely and easy.
Yep.
We like to see.
That's that area done.
It would have been the worst area for someone to kick off, where there's weapons everywhere.
So yeah, see, as you're heading around to the next area, you do realise this is the area where Darius's elixirs is, and as you ask around, all of them direct you to Darius's elixirs. It seems that he is the representative of this area, where there is a lot of herbalists, potion makers, and other that sort of inclination of trader. Alchemical traders, that's the word I'm looking at, alchemical.
Yeah.
And so you can go into the familiar shop to you now of Darius's elixirs, and he's scribbling away in one of his notebooks, and you can hear his in like the back room, you can hear and smell his alchemy kits going away.
Okay. Good morning,
Or
Darius.
bobbling away. Good morning. How can I help you?
We're here on behalf of the town hall to collect the tax that is owed for this month.
Oh right, yes, of course. Little spot of bother on that one. I've got everyone else's stuff is ready. However, I suffered a quite severe break-in last night, and I've had to replenish a lot of my stock. I don't actually have any of the money to be able to do this. I kind of forgot what was going on in terms of timing. I was a little bit stressed out with the whole regard of having someone breaking into my place, and well, there's about 500 gold's worth of potions that were destroyed, and I've managed to get the money back from the person who was responsible, but I've already spent that money to get the materials to make more stuff. I'm afraid I will not be able to provide the full amount.
How much are you short?
I don't have anything. I had to go into my reserves.
What do you think?
Garveth does owe me a few favors. If you just tell him that Darius says that he will write off the issue of the blue potion, I'm sure that he'll understand.
Shake him down mafia style.
What do you think, Vivian? Should we believe him on that and go back to the town hall with that? What do you think?
Well, he's been pretty good to us so far.
Yeah, he seems like a sort of an upfront businessman. He doesn't seem like he would mess around in that sense.
So yeah, it's up to you how you want to do on that bit.
Let's move on for now, and if we get a chance, maybe come back later. He might have made some sales to get some of the money back.
Thank you for your understanding. I say anything that comes along for it, I'll make sure that everything is ready for next month. There'll be no issues with next month, as far as I understand. I'm paying to have part of the amount of money I paid out was to have the security, the locks replaced and improved, and also have some magical locks planned to be put in place that as well. This will not be happening again. You can ensure Garveth of that.
Have you informed any of the guards, or does anyone else know about this?
Yes,
So-
yeah, the whole thing got reported, and it was one of those. I believe one of your companions was responsible of this. Actually, one of that Bardi fellow from yes, he broke in the other night. And well, I'd say he's paid the price in more ways than one.
Okay, well, before we leave, could you possibly write us a note about how they owe you a couple of favours, just so that we can kind of cover you a little bit?
Yes, sure, certainly. And he pulls out a pad of paper, scribbles out a note for it. It's quite messy. It seems to be somewhat in code as well. And he, it bobs a bit of wax onto it, presses his signet ring into thing, and signs next to it. You go, there you go. If you hand that to Garveth, that'll back up everything I've just said. Didn't think of that, actually. It's a good idea. So I'm still a little bit stressed out over the whole idea, the whole ordeal.
That's understandable. We will try and swing by later, if we can.
Thank you very much. Now,
Seems fair.
in case anyone is wondering, everything that I just mentioned is completely true. Somebody from one of the other groups broke into the shop. Yes, it was Shadow broke into the shop.
Knew it'd be Shadow.
It's the reason why he's currently burping multicolored bubbles, sees
like
yellow as purple, sees water as blood, and cannot trust a single fart.
Well, that's
For the next 9 days.
I'd kind of expect that from Shadow, though.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Right.
Is that why he hasn't made an appearance tonight? He's too ashamed of what happened.
No. I think it's because he's gotten involved with all of his modding of Fallout 4. He's got back into it. And modding of New Vegas. He's got back into that recently. Because we just come up to 11 o'clock, and that is your 4th area. Although we'll do one more area for it, and then we're gonna pop a pin in it and find someone to go and host. So last area, this area, there is a it's a lot of like things like flower stalls and oh shit, what are they called? Like
Botanists.
No. Fruit and veg places, fruit, veg, horticulture, that sort of stuff. For it. I'm sorry, yeah.
Produce?
Yes, that's it. Produce. Yes, total brain fart moment there. I'm very sorry, guys. My mind went completely blank there. I was thinking fruit, veg. I was thinking FVH because fruit, veg, and horticulture. That was an area that I used to work on when I used to work at Waitrose a long time ago. And that's what I was thinking FVH, but my brain was just going, I can't say FVH. They wouldn't understand what that means. But it was the only thing I could think. Just going round in my head was FVH. So yeah, you go to that, so you're seeing a large array of quite colourful looking stalls and with varying types of produce.
Do you want to take the lead on this one, Vivian?
Okay, so I will walk up to one of the traders and just explain that we're here to collect the taxes.
Yeah, so they have a little chat with you, and they direct you around to the other stalls as well. And yeah, no problems here or anything at all for it. This is one of the ones where everything is absolutely fine, and you get the full amount that you was expecting.
Cool.
So
happy day.
that was that last amount of that bit there. And now what I'm going to do, okay, cool. So, that's all that bit on that bit, and we are going to stop the recording now so that I can get this up onto YouTube in the morning, and then we're going to find someone to host because we're come to 11 o'clock now. We did start a little bit late, but I don't want to try and refrain from finishing too late because there's other stuff that needs to sort out this evening, basically. I've got other obligations for the very late night things. So we will sort that out. So we want to say, yes, there is a sleepy girlfriend too, that is very true. So we're going to say,
Next up.
good night. Fair, wonderful YouTube people. Good night, YouTube people. Thank you for joining us. We hope we'll see you again next weekend as well. So say good night, YouTube people. Night, YouTube people. Night, bye bye.